programs like SNAP and WIC are proposed to get cut. And I know you've heard this before. Over 3 million people.
What's up, Savings Squad and family? Hey, newbies. Welcome to the Trendy Savings and Budgeting channel. I'm Joy, certified teacher, savings strategist, and edutainer. Subscribe to this channel if you like to save money plus want to budget and manage it better. Then continue to watch this video and the ADSs, you know what I'm saying, to support my channel goals. And thank you.
Take a deep breath because programs like SNAP and WIC are proposed to get cut.
Who said that? Who said that? Who said that?
And I know you've heard this before, and I know you feel like, oh, this doesn't affect me. But guess what? In this series that we're doing, yes, the series on navigating food surges due to inflation and tariffs and much more, we're going to eventually get to you. Proposed budget cuts to SNAP and WIC can really affect many. And so for those of you who don't even know what WIC is.
WIC is a nutritional program that offers nutritional foods, nutrition education, counseling, breastfeeding support, and referrals for women, infant, and children up until the age of 5 years.
And I just recently found out that it was actually created, or the main purpose of like WIC came about because they were trying to give subsidies to farmers, and or like farmers were a part of some type of subsidy program, and then they created WIC as a result, and they were able to benefit, and that's why they give them so much milk and formula, et cetera, et cetera.
Even though farmers do not like programs like SNAP, WIC, the Emergency Food Assistance Program, it's what pays the bills.
Issues with tariffs in farming, again, we're looking at the food supply chain, is going to be passed down to us through inflation, right? That's just everybody. Anybody shopping in the grocery store. It does not exclude you. Now, you can be a super savvy shopper like me, and you can create meal plans and work around it, but it does not exclude what we pay. We cannot dictate what the prices are going to be at the store. We can dictate what we're willing to pay right now, but we cannot dictate that. So what's even worse is that this will naturally and eventually affect certain programs and or food supply. The real threat right now is the warning that the National WIC Association put out right here.
Hey everybody, I am coming to you as a California mother, and there's so many things that are happening that are unjust. They are inhumane. And there's 3 more things that are happening this week. Our representatives in Washington, D.C. will be voting on WIC, CalFresh, and Medicaid. We call that Medi-Cal here in California. Those 3 resources are given to those who do not have enough to live and survive.
Congressional budget proposals can threaten WIC access. And usually proposals are like something that you can like go to your local congressperson about, or go somewhere and kind of like fight in numbers to stop it. But with this administration,
we do not care.
It's kind of like one of these kids is doing their own thing. You got to be an 80s baby or a 70s baby to even understand what I'm saying, okay? We cannot rely on the fact that there are checks and balances, and we must go ahead and just prepare. In preparing, I also want you to know that proposed cuts to Medicaid and SNAP benefits can also negatively impact WIC, and we're going to get into those two in another video.
People don't realize that Medicaid funds long-term care. So when your mother has to go into a nursing home or a memory care center, that's covered by Medicaid. It's the sickest children. It's pregnant women for up to a year after birth, because a lot of women die in the first year. It's hardworking American people, but it also funds hospitals. I was in the state legislature in Virginia when we expanded Medicaid. If they do these cuts, over 630,000 Virginians will lose health care, but the rural hospitals that depend on that income, that depend on Medicaid reimbursements, will close, which is why Republicans in Virginia voted to expand Medicaid.
But if you are receiving WIC, just start preparing yourself now. I have a few solutions by the end of this video, some general ones, and or maybe I'll get more specific later on down the road on how you can do this. Just know that those who are in charge in Congress right now are considering drastic cuts. This could affect and or remove over 3 million people. 3 million people from the program.
I don't like where this is going.
So one thing you can do right now, because this is also going to be affected later on down the road, is go to your local food banks, start getting information, not just food, information on how long they're going to be operating and or if they're going to be closing down, what the food chain supply looks like. They're more than welcome to share insider information because they feel threatened and or they are a little bit nervous about some things that are going on. So they're doing a lot of talking. And so you want to get some information. Maybe they can send you to another place and or prepare you in the future for what's coming down the line. Just ask them about and or check out for yourself other community programs that are maybe not necessarily federally funded. Maybe they're funded more by donors, because a lot of the federal and state funding or federal and state funded programs are impacted either now or going to be impacted by some of the things that are going on. And so you want to know what your options are, what your resources are, especially as times get harder, as prices get higher. There are some of you who are not even relying on food pantries or things like that, but you know they exist and you think you're going to have them to go running to, but they're also being hit due to the food supply chain. And I do a little bit of studying and I know a little bit of information. I don't know the details of each part, but I do understand farming to the truck, to the store or corporation, and to us, how tariffs affect our prices, how a lack of farms and workers affect food security. So there are some basic things that I do understand, and so I'm presenting them to you the best way I know how. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm trying to prepare you, because we don't do fear-mongering over here. We do not do fear-mongering over here. But we are realists. We are realists. We don't believe in the gaslighting. We don't listen to the gaslighting. Of course, you're going to see some possibly in my comments or my comment section. Fine. Focus. Find out what programs exist now. Don't take advantage of those programs. Just like I tell you guys, even when I used to teach couponing, not to hoard in the stores, not to like try to clear shelves and be a hoarder, because that helps no one. And I know we're like, oh, well, who cares? Nobody's looking out for me. We live in this self-centered society, but it helps no one to like clear shelves. And we're already going to see some clear shelves if you're not already seeing them now. What I'm saying is like use those places as well as the stores, balance it out to start stockpiling and stocking up on things. And if I didn't say it the last video, I'm saying it this video, start creating your stockpile with the few little dollars, extra dollars that you have now, because it's only going to get worse. Again, no fear mongering, realist. I'm being a realist. It's only going to get worse from here. Knowledge is power. Understand the changes that are coming down the line to protect your family's nutrition. And we're especially speaking to families because today's video was all about nutritional programs that mostly affect families and children. Was this video helpful? Are you enjoying this type of content? Go ahead and share your thoughts down below and start building community. Start building community with people that you know, like, and trust. Be blessed, pay less, don't stress. Peace, peace. Is peace like that? I always want too much. Okay. I was living check to check and growing deeper in debt as somebody who was a full-time worker. Now I understand things are different because I'm an entrepreneur. But I was promised a certain amount of money every 2 weeks as a full-time teacher. And it was pretty good money, especially having no kids. And I just did not understand how to manage my finances. So I had to learn how to do more with less. And I believe God humbled me. I'm not sure if he was all involved in that or just allowed me to be a fool, because most of the decision-making or the poor financial decision-making was on me. And so I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and it is why I'm here today to help you. So go ahead, drop down in the comments below. Let me know what you think about this video. Add your commentary, drop your questions, communicate with me, each other. Let's build a community here, and I will see you in the next video. Happy planning.